Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? Having a panic makes calm. Okay. Well, it's weird that he said that twice now. Right. Down, down, down. Right. Said something. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. I really don't know what we have to say here. Maybe the phone? Usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces of victim's blood, no prints. It could be the blood in the picture. Like engine oil. I mean, why would she be there though? It's just a bit confusing. Like, what the fuck is she doing there? Maybe she found the body. Property of Lorna Skye, last call made to her sister. I doubt it's going to be this. Objection! No, it's not that. Boys, it's literally trial and error in it already. Yeah, there's no prints. So it says, the murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces of victim's blood, no prints. Also, my phone just went off. It's Pokemon Go. Through the wire fence, I saw the... Ah, fuck off!
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
Right, 1 second. My Pokemon just got back from a gym. Let me heal him. Bum 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 beam bum 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 beam bum beam bum bum bum. There we go. If you go through the end of a testimony, usually Phoenix Armor will give you a hint. It's only a flesh wound. I said that before. Scientifically speaking, Miss Stars. What do we do? Let's keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit. I mean, do we press again on all these points? I think we've already done these, right? Yeah. What, maybe press on this again? What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Oh no, we've done that. Boom, boom, boom. She can prove this clear and the trial's over. Yo, night, Mr. Fish, mate. Thank you so much for chilling, dude.
I am a ghost. Ooh. Don't get too scared now, Mr. Fluffy Boy. Who knows what could be waiting under the bed?
Did it do the knife?
Anyways, this is Dead King's crown, and I want to touch your micro pee-pee to feel better about myself.
Objection!
Okay,
Oh, it's
please
just the
don't
knife.
hurt me, Jesse. I don't want to be schizoed out of Fluff's bed. Please, Jesse. My name is DKC, and I approve this message.
It's not very friendly, that. Are you trying to test me? I'll sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are the prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lorna Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do innate planning. However, why would she also be prepared? Would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Oh, good point. Yo, Nightfish, mate. Love you, dude. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. The prosecution couldn't care less if it was premeditated or not. The defendant, Lorna Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing that the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing the gloves? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Oh my god. Why are all these people assholes? Right, here we go. Angel's deduction. Lorna Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Actually, don't we have proof that she didn't call him? The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It just sounds a lot of premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Very good point. Hence dogs. Pointless people with tight buttholes. Lorna Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. You've said that. You haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something half-baked? Here, alright, and it's you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim on the way to the prosecutor's office. Yo, Mr. Lid, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. How are you? How was your weekend, mate? You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. Oh my god, why does it look like he's rubbing the dog's ass? What the hell? You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There's no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lorna Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on. You could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie? I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? You just been working? You were working the weekend? Oh, it was my weekend in this week, so I worked Sunday. It's my 6-day working week. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. A human machine? That's a contradiction. Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Not self. Mr. Edgeworth's size, smell of citrus fruit. You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? Well, we often say chop in 1,000 pieces. We don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that? This is a murder case. Mr. Wright, you shouldn't speak up if you have an objection. Challenging her abilities as a detective really upset her. The short wick burns out the fastest. Wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, even a really short wick will burn longer. Right. Was able to switch days? Oh, that's nice then. Thursday to Sunday will be your weekend. Oh, that's good then, mate. A nice long weekend. I'm looking forward to my weekend. I'm seeing Tom on Saturday. Did I bring it upstairs? I did. His birthday, or one of his birthday presents has arrived. Train Simulator. This is the game that me and Tom used to gift back and forth to each other every birthday and Christmas. So I bought it for £1, and I'm going to gift it him for his birthday with another gift. Right. I'm going to say... So as she called the victim. I don't think she did.
Objection!
Okay, maybe she didn't. Intended to murder. Fletch, stop, because it fucking spams my chat up massively when you put shush. Deny them all. There you go. Get fucked, mate. Last call made to her sister, Emma. Lawrence guy intended to murder. Then why she called the victim? I'm sure Chief Prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. One knife wound.
Objection!
Incorrect, bitch. You said she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is glowing under our feet. growing on our feet while we mate, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. He's my hero, really. Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? I always believed that no one would ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? Then she lifted the knife and I thought I saw blood at her breast. The splattered blood from the victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. So she didn't. Oh my god, Porygon 2? Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler? What's a muffler? Yeah, it's like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. Oh, yeah.
Right,
Wait.
DKC.
Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood?
I will dick slap you across the face after what you made me and you do to that poor elephant in. It takes two. Wanting to only do it if Jesse gives the orders, so you can hide behind that I was following orders bullshit, bro. Did you have a granddad in Germany in World War II? That's why you want to shank people daily. Oh my god. Run!
DKC's not from London? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. What? A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wit burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and... Hasn't she already said this? So, there's one more piece of evidence, boys, that we have to hang her with here. So, he's a rat who wants to shank people. That's not very nice. Red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. It doesn't even look like her jacket. What would we say here? That's what she called the victim all the
Have
way.
this little bitty from my heart. It's not much, but it's all I got. I got nothing left.
Yo, thank you. I mean, it's got to be this last one, right?
Objection!
It's just got to be that, because it doesn't look that bad. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. Witness is clearly not studied for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. Oh yeah, she's not wearing the scarf. What an idiot. I just put the two and two together there without realising. Huh? But about that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady would be utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. Was my objection chopped liver? But... was there a scarf? No, not that. There's something red, really. Well now, where are we? The witness has given us entirely interluding, but back to business. What? How many of us? I think there's a lot going, you know. I don't know how many in total. I've not asked Murph and Lee. But there'll be a fair few people from stream going, I think. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of the testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might be the moment of truth. Okay, here we go. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the portion of the partition off to her side. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's why I've been confused in the earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made escape against Angel Star. Resistance is futile. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. This wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother with the details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Raw. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. So we do know that she knocked over the thing. So, after the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition and to her side. So where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure it means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. How could she do that though? With the wall in the way? Do you know whale milk is thick like toothpaste? Oh my god, whale milk? Ugh. I wonder what that smells like. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her more. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. You witnessed the murder from here? That will make you about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct? Yes, that's right. There was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. Cough up queen, lunch lady, athlete, indeed. Yeah, so to climb over that? How did she not get away? Ah yes, when I arrested her, I mentioned the muffler. The muffler? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Anyway, all I heard was the word muffler. Just one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else. Yeah, the chief prosecutor was talking on a phone. A phone? By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? I feel like you've been playing this for a fucking month. No, you know what, Steve? It has been like 3 weeks, but I took like a week off from playing it because I wasn't well, right? And this case is literally longer than the last 2 cases put together. So this case is going to take a while. But we're close. This is the last case. We're almost done. We're like almost a third of the way through this one, I think. Ultimately. And the next 2 games are not as long. I mean, Days Gone is like 20 hours, and then Indiana Jones is like 12 hours, I think. It's like salmon.
Studies have figured out that whale milk in general has a slightly fishy taste. The milk of blue whales combines this taste with the flavor of castor oil, milk of magnesia, and a bit of liver.
Oh, what? Imagine having that on your fucking cereal. And it's thick like toothpaste. Oh, dude, that would be like horrible to drink. Yo, how you doing, Steve? Are you feeling any better, mate? The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. That's right. Oh, so she did try and use that phone. Apparently it was out of order, and so she used a cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Whatever happened to good testifying?
This is
Should
Commander
of course
Shepard,
try to add this
and
to your
It's So
testimony.
Fluffy is my favorite
Holy
screenplay today.
fuck, Mr. As a Man. Oh, you've just been to a gig? Oh, dude, I saw your Insta stuff as well. I gave it a follow. It looks well cool, that. Yo, thank you, Mr. Asman. How you doing, mate? Have you been sunning it up? 21 fucking months, brev. Thank you, man. Yo, love you too, man. I hope you're having a nice time. Yeah, it's awesome, Steve. I love all the posts you put on already. I love seeing, like, people's interests. You tired? Mate, I bet you are. The things I do to please this rookie defenseless attorney. Once phone updated to the courtroom, the word muffler was overheard. I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but they had to use her cell instead. Do you think you could have restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I only saw this one time, so listen close, rookies. Chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. But how would she know all that happened if she wasn't near her? Because you're getting off the train? Nice. Was it a good gig? Was there plenty of spin kicking? Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, Chief Prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? She wouldn't be able to see it. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see. Like a dollop of lard on a plate of foie gras. 7 bands. 10,000 spin kicks. Nice. She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying out on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. If she wanted to escape, why didn't she just run the other way? The other? Ah, the parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. Wish we could solve a few by finding more, though. Sorry, my sister is still suspicious. Right. I think I know what we say here. Because she wouldn't have been able to see us making the phone call, right? So, attempted to run. I quickly caught her, and when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall. Right. We're going to present this.
Objection!
Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making the phone call. I believe you've seen what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order, order. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Ugh.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you would allow me to question. Tell us exactly what lie that this witness has told the court. Can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... where she saw it, the order of events, what she saw. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky use that emergency phone. It does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star be like that? Why would she say that my sister tried to call the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something insignificant? I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone? I see no room for doubt here. A Bunnelby. You ordered the patooey on the rice, right? A patooey on the rice? What the fuck is that? Mr. Wright, and I thought you had something there. Ugh. One more try. I see it in your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson, have you? Tell us exactly what lie your witness had told the court. Oh shit, it's a double juicer. If we get it wrong, it's a double juice. Poo particles on rice. Where she saw it. The order of events, maybe. Tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What's significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? At the testimony we've heard until now, it points to the direction. I think she was in the security room, right? I'm going to say she was in the security room.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security room is underground parking lot. It's well positioned. It's built from a second floor and you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Why there? There's so many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honour. The witness not being a part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place she could have seen the crime was at the back of the partition here. Only use my own poo particles in my drinks. You saw the big Vimto bottle. Mate, I've got a big Vimto bottle in the fridge at the minute. I fucking love Vimto. Do you guys ever have ice in your drinks from a cafe or like McDonald's? Because most ice in those places have poo particles in them. No, I only usually have ice if it's from a machine. No, I lick the floor on the toilets to make up for it. I usually bathe in piss on the bathroom floors. I love how everyone's... I love how everyone's answer is so serious for that. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Mate, isn't there just fucking poo particles everywhere? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables have been turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Star. Mate, the only way to avoid poo particles is to be disinfected as you go in like that. Fucking turn your house into E.T.'s house. I need to stand up again, boys. The guilt will be punished. I do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Justice? Talking about Miss Sky? Just got to drink bleach instead. Yeah, just make bleach cubes. Don't get fully cleaned. And you end up with mold and bugs. And the bugs then shit. And it all goes into the ice. Where's your evidence on this? So they clean everything else in the restaurant apart from the ice machine. She could have just said she saw it from the crime from the station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells it all. Well, how did she take the photo? If she was over there.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree. What? If a witness is found lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. Fuck, I almost unplugged my thing then. A 2017 article confirmed. Facial bacteria found in ice at McDonald's, KFC, and Burger King branches. You basically just Googled what your argument is and then brought up this 2017 fucking article. From 10 random branches, tests revealed the bacteria known as fecal coliforms were present. Ice was tested. The government department that sets water standards in Human UK advises should not be at all present in water. It's extremely worrying. Low levels of two indicate bacteria, coliforms, and E. coli. Cleanliness hygiene are top priority. Yet you still, you drank fecal matter from ice cubes, but you got food poisoning from the McRib. Work that out. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what our reason was then, Mr. Wright. Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Mr. Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. But it must make a vital difference, but what? The angle of view to the crime. Also, ice makes the drink more watery. It also makes it more cold. Distance to the crime. Angle of the view to the crime. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. This is important. Why? Oh, fuck off. Distance to the crime. I mean, it would be a different distance, right? I don't even poo, so how can I absorb poo particles? True. I fucking shit about 4 times today.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is about 30 feet. I don't see how that would change the scene. She can see. She saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would have taken to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you were arrested, Miss Sky? Well, witness? You... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing the PB&J lunch with fresh Boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry? For the boyfriend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. To be fair, they use ribs from the homeless of the McRib. Why did I fucking click that link? Oh, incredible. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Eh? So she had to run all the way around, climb over the fence. So I had to go through the visitor's block. It's quite a detour. It's probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? Ah, she's fucked here. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and a spork is a wonderful intervention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Oh, Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Raise an objection. Well, if she said it was 5 minutes, there's only 3 minutes. There was the call that got cut off when she interrupted her. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you'd like it. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank? Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dwiddled at the scene of the crime. She even had a picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Eating a McRib. I'm not the only one. Lawyers by location. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. 2011. We're going even further back in time now. Fletch, right? Jesse's granddad used to think that everyone should have blonde hair and blue eyes. Does that make it fact? Because that happened in 1945. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Redworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history. We screwed that can shut. Right. We did it. First day down. I'm afraid the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, the court is adjourned. Then the fact that I got food poisoning from McDonald's, but I'm sorry to attack your favourite place of food. I've not had a McDonald's in months. I'm not the one who orders a fucking takeaway whenever my mum and dad go out because I can't cook myself. So, if you want to get fucking defensive about it, mate, I'll fucking fire back. That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defence team's leftovers. Anything else to say? That's the first takeaway I've had in like a full month. Bro, be careful when you go to hospital, you can get poisoned there. I mean, you got food poisoning in about 6 hours' time. That ain't a thing. You don't get food poisoning in 6 hours' time. We've been through this. We've looped through this. If Jesse was in the chat, right, he would literally say that. He can. Did you go to a doctor and they confirmed it was food poisoning? My apologies. But we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. You can die within an hour of eating something bad as well. Yeah, but that's poison. Or something that you're allergic to. Not something that's not cooked properly. A triple decker. Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Oh my god, she's got one more thing? I can confirm if you drink Pakistani water, you get poisoned in like 30 seconds. Let the countdown begin. I had the shits, bad stomachache, and that's the only thing new I had in the last 24 hours, as in counting the day before the McRib. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? The 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One of the course of the victims, and the other blood type matched of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. The shoe proves it was flawless. It's flawless decisive evidence. Does it? What? There was blood found on that shoe? Yes, you can get food poisoning for 3 hours after eating. Some fast-acting bacteria or toxins can be found in food, causing nausea, vomiting, and stomach cramps in as little as 30 minutes to 6 hours. Lol. I love it how you just resort to AI for everything. And also, I don't care. I don't think you did have... I'm still going to say, all the evidence you bring to us, everybody in Discord disagrees. It's just you. So you can try defend that you had it, but you got made to look a right dickhead that day. You just had a bad stomach. I just know what I had. Did you go to a doctor though and they said, yeah, it's definitely food poisoning? Because if you're not, you can't say you've got that. Because you can't say, oh, I've got a fucking headache. I got a fucking brain aneurysm. You can't do that. It's just an headache. Can't say definitive what it is until you've been assessed by a medical professional. I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honour, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, a shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You tell me it wasn't because of the McDonald's. I tell you, I don't really care. It happened about fucking 2 years ago, mate. It was just a funny time that you'd eaten a fucking McFlurry and then like 6 hours later you're like, I got food poisoning. And to be honest, how many times were you sick and were you shitting? Because I know some people that have had food poisoning. I don't think I've ever had proper food poisoning. Seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything sure that the guilty are properly judged? Okay, so that's been... You're in a cross-examine. The McRib... Yeah, the McRib incident. You didn't throw up, so it was... Like, mate, the people I know that have had food poisoning were violently ill. Like, your body just needs to get rid of what's in it. No, but you'd be throwing up. You wouldn't just have the diarrhea. Food poisoning isn't just diarrhea. Right. You fucking made me do it. Hi, I've got an autistic friend who's absolutely adamant that he ate a McRib last year and he got food poisoning. Now, he didn't throw up at all, but he had diarrhea. What is the likelihood that it was food poisoning, or was it just a stomach bug and a coincidence?
Both food poisoning and stomach viruses can cause diarrhea without vomiting. It is difficult to determine the exact cause without medical testing, as the symptoms often overlap.
Oh. No, sorry, carry on.
Did you want to tell me more about what you're thinking, or how that...
No, carry on. The last thing. I interrupted you.
This information is not meant to be a medical diagnosis. For an accurate assessment, consult a healthcare professional.
So... In concise, it can be that, but until you are, as it said, seen by a medical professional and tested, there is no way to determine that it was food poisoning. So again, I rest my case. It was not food poisoning because he wasn't given fucking a diagnosis of yes, it's food poisoning. But all the people I've known that have ever had food poisoning have been violently ill, both ends. Not just the shits. Yeah, if it's diarrhea, I had it fucking Sunday. I had food poisoning on Sunday then, because I had a bit of diarrhea. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why do you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, raising and manipulating evidence. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. I did not bring this up. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime. I detailed the chief prosecutor and notified to the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would have raised the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe is my secret weapon if it should happen. See that fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you in your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. The 2 types of blood were found in a shoe, one of course the victim's. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analysed by the forensics expert. She got away with the little coop because she had to use... She used to be a detective. The man was stabbed after all. As I said, there were 2 blood types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant. Did I miss the duck race? It was last week. Yeah, we're not doing one this week. The movie night's already decided this week for Thursday. You can't say for sure that blood belongs to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood tests come in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell a blood test that whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. That ties her directly to the death. The shoe proves it's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in hot water. Make a whole vat of soup. The thing is, Fletch, you say that, but you clearly didn't watch Project Hail Mary because you didn't understand it and you were confused why it was doing flashbacks all the time. So even if you did watch all these movies with DKC, you'd have 72 videos of VTubers up on your other monitor and you'd be confused because you're not paying attention fully to the movie. I have the movie on my middle monitor in front of me and I have nothing on this monitor and I have the Discord chat here so I can type in the chat and see who's coming in and left. Problem. This is critical. It's a problem with the victim's shoe. I'm not imagining things. It says there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. You couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear Mr. Wright what has to say. What is the contradiction about the victim's shoe? Shows the problem with the evidence. It's on the bottom. I wonder if you noticed, but the blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. But I have been looking into autistic burnout because I think I've been going through it for some years now. In what way? What are you burnt out with? Or do you get burnt out with, like, different things, Glitchy? Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? The knife wound died within an hour. Hang on, we're going to have to juice this here. Loss of blood. Loss of blood from a chest wound. Assessment. Wound was caused. Usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. No traces. Traces of victim's blood. No prints. P is cool. Can take years to heal from it. Burnout is like from being autistic and still trying to fit in and meet expectations. Too much mental load. I knew stress had something to do with it, but it's nice to put a name to it. Yeah, it's good to like get to the bottom of it for sure. What movie to watch tonight? Have you ever watched Identity? Me and Lee watched Identity the other night. I've not watched that in years. Death due to loss of blood. What is the evidence here? This? Maybe the picture?
Take that!
The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? Oh, okay. As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows parts of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene, I found nothing of the sort. You grabbed Disney Plus for a month? Nice, you can watch all the Alien movies. I watched all the... Last time I had it, I watched all the Alien movies. Great going, Mr. Wright, but... It's true that lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask, why there wasn't a footprint? Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. Is he going to tell us? A Bug's Life. Oh my god. I did go through a stage of watching loads of animated films. Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. She slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, knocked over an oil drum. She's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Raw. Roar! So you might watch 3. I thought it was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure. I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. Water? Still don't get it? Do you want to know what the reason why she knocked it over? The real reason? Yeah, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Ooh. That ties up things quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe ties her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the tailgate signs. Why? That's the prosecutor's speciality, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoes. Well, this see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. I will. Roar. That'd be like a fucking emo, an emo girl from 2006's fucking MySpace profile. Roar. Yeah, I'd only watched the first 3 diehards. They're pretty tragic after that. I mean, 4 is it has a cool idea, 4, but it's just not a good film. And then what is the last one? A Good Day to Die Hard. Fucking shit. Yeah, the fucking helicopter scene makes no sense. I'm sure that we've spoke about this on stream before. She tried to conceal it, but there is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honour? Very well. Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lorna Skye. Little girl. What did you just say? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by raising the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called Evidence. Drive in and they have a shot of you pause it and the guy. Yeah. There's a few. There's also a very good scene in Die Hard 1 where it's definitely not Bruce Willis getting thrown through a window. Like, you can pause it and it's just a guy with fucking a totally different face. Me and Tom used to pause it on that all the time back in the day.
Objection!
The time for deliberations has passed. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. The threats don't scare me. The cough-up queen. Look at this. Oh. A photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Oh! Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Yo, night, Steve, mate. I hope you had a good night, mate. Take it easy, man. Some woman goes through a window who looks nothing like the woman he's chasing. I love movie. It's not really a movie mistake, but it's like they don't really hide the stuntmen very well in some films. Actually, I over the next mechanic so you can tell you how it works on the 3DS. Is it the one where you have to blow?
Objection!
I heard that is like horrible in the original. Because when I looked at like how long it takes to beat Case 5, people were saying it could take forever because the blowing mechanic's shit. I can't hand down my verdicts in peace anymore. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. I don't know what you have to blow, but yeah, I've heard that it's pretty bugged. The trial isn't over until we each give a piece of evidence proper consideration. It's alright. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. What is wrong with it? What is wrong with it? I mean, what's this in here?
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out the car's muffler. Oh, that's what she meant by muffler. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of muffler or scar. Hang on. Any Americans in chat? You call an exhaust a muffler? Hey, go to the trunk of my car. It's just above the muffler. Fucking stupid. A muffler also is a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Boys, if we get all 7s on the gamba, it means Americans are stupid. Close enough. Fucking hell. It's broken now. Just threw it. I see. And I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? What if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Oh, is it the scarf? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us what you think this piece of clothing, this cloth is in the muffler. I don't know, what could it be? Tell us what you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Or why you think. Oh! The phone call.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony to the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's when they had me confess about my early testimony. Muffler. Oh, yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means that piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Why is it like she's got a dildo on her chest? Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. I'm happy with that. We got through a day. I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do discredit the law. Right, we have to go find it then. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. We did it, boys. Oh, it's only a 30-minute? Shit. That's not good if it's only 30 minutes. To be continued. Bing, bong, bing, bong, bong. I absolutely love the music to this game, though. Apparently, it's only a 30-minute recess we're taking for the case. Mr. Wright. What? The trial's always like this with you? Pretty much. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called to the off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. Oh, it's the guy. It's the... Yeah. It's McCree. He said you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall. I tried explaining the blowing mechanic. Oh, you tried to? I realised you had to do it more with the mic, so I was blowing into the 3DS's mic. But they tell you to blow on it, so I imagine most people are just blowing this. They're blowing the screen. Wasn't there another game that you had to do that on as well? Yo! Wasn't it like a Mario game? Yo, Star Kitty!
Jesus Christ, mother of
Yo, welcome in. How you doing, Star Kitty, mate? You were playing some Baldur's Gate 3. We are close to starting that. I'm not going to lie, we're probably going to be playing that after Horror Month. Because we've been slacking on games. We have to really get with it. Are you enjoying Baldur's Gate? And you're welcome in, everyone. Yo, Willie. Yo, Star Kitty. Yo, Yasmin. You love this game? You loving it? It looks really good. It does look... I'm excited to play it. I still don't know what I'm going to play yet. I'm going to have a look at like the character creation and look what class I want to play. We're on the final case, Yasmin, if you've played this before. So we're on case 5 of the first game. You just kicked some serious ass in the Underdark. Ooh. Yeah, this is Glitch's sub-game. I've really enjoyed this up to now as well. This has been good. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. It's hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police have seen in the last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's tasting mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? You're playing as a bard? Oh, that's so cool. I was thinking of going something crazy like that. I kind of just want to go fighter, but I think a lot of the game will be missed on me if I just go fighter. You still need to buy all the Eternities? Yeah, they were on sale, I think, last week. To be honest, Yasmin, I don't know if you use like loaded or CD keys, but I'm sure that Ace Attorney on there, I'm sure they're all like very cheap on there. They're like, well, they're like half price to what they are on Steam. That's where I got this. I got this one for cheap. The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. Pardon me. You gotta run? Yo, no problem, mate. I'm in the office now for the foreseeable, so I'm not on as late as we normally are. Thank you so much for the raid, though. I really appreciate it. You have yourself a good sleep. And thank you again for the raid. I really appreciate it, mate. I've seen the red breeze blow at a slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? It's the red muffler, isn't it? At the award ceremony in the afternoon? What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing it, a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what we're swimming in now, Mr. Wright? Shit. If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Oh, we. The McRib mentioned again. You got some midnight cereal? DKC, I had midnight cereal yesterday, and it fucking absolutely obliterated me. So I will not be doing that again. The first miles at Edgeworth. The rest was on the DS. See, I kind of wish I'd have checked these out as a kid on the DS, because I probably would have liked them. I've really enjoyed this. Some protein cereal. Ooh, Leah's protein cereal. We've got Sugar Puffs in... not Sugar Puffs. Yeah, Sugar Puffs. But... And I had some Golden Nuggets the other week. You can't get them until you change your laptop. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Magnamite. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple and you're sweating bullets. The furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What more? Your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over and your back's bent. Fluff, are you actually done now watching wrestling live? I'm done watching WWE until at least fucking until I'm going to until probably like the run up to Mania, because it was I can't believe how bad Night 1 was. It's easily the worst SummerSlam I've ever watched in my life. I'll watch All In, and then I do keep up with some wrestling, but yeah, again, it just proves that they don't need to do 2 nights. Half of those matches could have been solved on Raw, on SmackDown, or if they do like a Sunday Night Heat, they do like a pre-match event. Why the hell do they have to make SummerSlam 2 nights? And to be honest, the Danhausen and fucking Dominic Mysterio, I feel really bad for Dominic Mysterio. Like, he looked like he didn't give a shit in that match. He absolutely did not give a shit. And the poor guy's doing a fucking pointless feud after, like, he got kind of a push beating John Cena in his retirement tour, and this is what he's rewarded with. It's just rubbish. Played them before I did. I had to wait until she finished them, and I had the second game. Oh, that's awesome. My mum never played many games. It was just like Wii Sports my mum played. I wish my mum would have played more games. And my dad liked watching me play games, but he wasn't much of a gamer himself. I believe it's time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had to request that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. I reckon it's going to get postponed, right? Seems our prosecutor is quite... excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? Who the fuck's this? What's with this guy? The strange stuffy aura seems to be filled the courtroom. Hey, temperature rose 5.7 degrees when this man came in. Who on earth is he? Going to Zelda, I never heard of it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it looked like he just didn't give a fuck coming down to the ring, and then, like, after he just said he turned up to get his money. That's literally all he did. Because he didn't have any new ring gear, he didn't bring his belt with him. He's just uninterested completely in the match. I'm Oogie. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see. How have you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy? Busy, smizzy. Oogie, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yeah, indeed. Oodge. Is that his name? Oodge?
Udgy.
Udgy. I think SummerSlam's been a 2-night event since last year, or maybe the year before. But yeah, I just think that they do too much with it at times. I understand why they do WrestleMania, but it doesn't make sense to me to make it 2 nights. It's a big event, but the standard of and the matches that were there was not at SummerSlam. Like, half of those matches should have just been sorted out on Raw and SmackDown. It would actually give a reason for you to go and watch those shows. So sorry about our little Worth giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. You know the district, you You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Uh-oh. Name's Grant. Damon Grant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honour today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help him out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So my star wasn't just seeing things. Only other event that would make sense for yeah, Rumble definitely they should do like a whole women's event for the Royal Rumble and a whole men's event. Watch was in a long time, but they all used to be like one night. I used to be allowed to stay up. Yeah, I mean, I feel like WrestleMania got to a point where it was like a 7-hour show, and that's far too much. But I mean, once a year, a 7-hour show, I don't feel it's that bad. But that's when it used to be. Match 1. Okay, match 1's ended now. Straight into match 2. And you would have so many matches, but now, like yesterday and Saturday, there's like ads between every match, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes between. That's almost another time. That's literally a time for a match. Some of those matches from Monday didn't even go 6 minutes. So it's just rubbish. Like, it's just a broken product. It really is. I could not bear to watch it weekly. It's so bad. And to say it's meant to be one of their biggest shows of the year, and they go to a Be Right Back screen. It's like me doing a massive stream, right? And then going, oh guys, just while we set up for the next game, be right back. It just kills the whole hype to the game. Like, just fucking fill it. Being sent to bed when I want to watch WWE with my mate, his cousins. But yeah, it's bedtime. Yeah, I mean, my mum was pretty strict with bedtime growing up, but when I got older, she was alright. But to think that it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. Oh, little Wavy's car, no less. What's this? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? What's this you call a switchblade knife? Quite perplexing, this.
Objection!
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do your job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. I'm telling you to wait, or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that the signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you'd gotten an award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. Damn. 24 hours juicer. No, I can't do that because I have a job. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. Although, I will be beating Control 2 in one sitting. Well, one sitting, one stream. When that comes out. Let's take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor. I might actually try and beat Silent Hill and Control, but I don't know how big Control's going to be. I think that game's going to be massive. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all I have to do is push this switch and... If I cut my fingers, Mr. Wright, I would not be able to pound my gravel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up. Dude, the first one's so good. You should definitely try it out, DK. No, I probably won't stream. I won't sleep stream. I might do that for actual horror month, but I can't get any time off at the minute in October. October's madness. I'm hoping that I get laid off before then, but I really doubt it. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain, blood. Switchblade knife added to the court records. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. Sure thing, not a problem. Right, here we go. Yeah, I think it's on plus, to be honest, DKC. The knife is special, but I can't see how. Can't say how here. To prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. There was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. What? There. There was a murder at the police department, a detective? That's hush-hush information, Uggy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Hang on. There's another death. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. DK, I definitely recommend you read all the files you find. If you just go through the game and you just skip the files, right? It's an okay action game, but you like miss 90% of the like story. The files are easily the best thing about it. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed. Order. Anyway, we're at the department when we're all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understood the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time. Chances of that are really slim. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine. Then it stopped because something else came out. Yeah, I played it on release and I was like, it was okay. And then I went back to it, read everything, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. The knife is special. Excuse me. Special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Like that special thing? With this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto. But I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? It's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. Well, there is the muffler. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things to go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. We can examine the knife while you go. Evidence that links the knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces have fallen into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had stumbled. So how are things down at the department? There's like a month period where like 4 games came out, like 4. Castlevania, Phantom Blade Zero. Oh, dude, it's crazy. There's so many games coming out. It's disgusting. Like, I want to play Final Fantasy on release, but that's in Horror Month, so that's after Horror Month. But then I need to just full send on sub-games, to be honest, and just not pay attention to new releases, other than, like, horror stuff. You got a good look in your eyes then, right, oh my boy. So, something did happen and that's why I wasn't informed. Why weren't you informed? Well, you didn't ask. No matter, I understand. You were busy with that Lorna's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department? A detective was killed. Egg fried rice time, holy shit. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, There was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. Where was the victim found? How the victim was killed. Where the victim was found. I think we know the others, right? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room of the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? I can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about the evidence room. There's something strange about this place where the body was found. The time of the crime was a coincidence, eh? Ooh, a polywag! That's when Detective Goodman was killed. Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and murderer at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's like a 0.001% chance of that happening. I agree. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything to please, Righto, you understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. It can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I better check this knife out. Right. So let's have a look. Oh my, what the fuck is a diamond? Maybe it's like a rare gift. Have a look in your items, Fletch. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. It's supposed to mean. Not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, maybe the case number. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Well, we've seen this, right? Oh, they're rare presents, yeah. 3 movements, 3 total resets. Holy fuck. Thank you so much for nothing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I really don't know how we piece these together, boys. The knife is special. Hang on. Maybe we just present that evidence to him then there and say it's part of a case.
Objection!
Or maybe not. DL6, yeah, that was the other murder case, weren't it? SL9 2. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Yabba dab. Yabba dabba doo. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. There was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. I mean, this?
Objection!
Detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. The time of the crime was 5:15. Scary coincidence. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. It can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was it doing there? Hang on. It couldn't have been done there if the knife was at the scene.
Objection!
Okay, maybe not. How's the knife got there in no seconds? The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. I mean, it is, though. It just is.
Objection! Objection!
We're just guessing here. Yo, take care, Mr. Fletch, mate. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman.
Objection!
We're just trying every bit of evidence here. Sorry, I'm just seeing if my idol guy's dead. He's not. We're level 14 strength, boys. Is it the SL9 note? What, this one? Because this isn't a note. This isn't a note for SL9, is it? Miles Edgeworth. SL9. Oh my god, yeah. It's upside down. 212 221 SL9. It's not officially linked to this case. It is.
Objection!
It must be the wrong thing.
Objection!
I hate this just figuring this out, what you need to say. Unless there's evidence to prove.
Objection!
There we go. Wait a second. At least an honest to goodness objection. This knife, I need to stand up. My ass is numb. This have to do with something with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, an honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udugi? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. This is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s? Your Honor. It's upside down. The printed name on the memo makes it look like the right side up. Turn it around. SL9 221. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. Same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? Ah, what game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case stolen from the department's evidence room.
Hold it!
So this knife was stolen? Yeah, but on the day of the murder. Whose evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And this was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. It was a bad day for the department. Right, so it's going to be on this then, right? The knife is evidence. It was stolen from the department's workroom. How do we prove that, though, that it was stolen? The knife was stolen. The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department evidence room.
Objection!
So I can't talk about it. Might have to press him again. What, through all the evidence?
Hold it!
You got a good look in your eyes there. So something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Now, I think we've already said this. Yo! Mr. Pandry!
Jesus Christ, Mother of Maria, yourself, Jesus Christ, mother of
Yo, thank you. And yo, Streaksy, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? What were you playing today? You were playing, the Mound Omen of Cthulhu. Is it any good? How are you finding it? That game looks pretty interesting. That was a potential for Horror Month. Well, what happened? What happened on that day? A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. I think we've already pressed him on all this, though, haven't we? That's fascinating. Right, we've already done all this. You got time? How the victim was killed? When the victim... Maybe it's something to do with this that we've not pressed, because we've only pressed the top one, haven't we? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force called a stabbing with a knife. A knife? It's exactly the same Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. Ooh? What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. Seems like we're going to have to press this a little harder. Time. So hang on. That would tell me that we didn't actually quite get... when the victim died. Now that's a sharp question. My boy, you're going to love this. The time of the crime was 5:15. Scary coincidence. 5:15? But that's what Detective Goodman. I absolutely have no idea what we have to do here. Maybe we press him on this and we get like a report.
Objection!
No. A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in the shape to do an investigation. The knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the room. Did he tell you? No, he didn't. I honestly don't know what it's wanting me to do here.
Objection!
Like, I literally have zero clue. The game's not really directing us very well in this bit. We're killed at 5:15. And that knife. What was it doing there? I better check this knife out. So, we've looked at the knife, though. What else does he want us to check with a knife? I will take a hint. I need to press him again for another hint. Well, the only one we can press him on is this. But we've done all the outcomes for this. When the victim found... Was that it? Now we can get Grant to testify the details. Did I just skip what we needed? It's not officially linked. When he says...
Hold it!
Oh, so we had to do all three after looking at the knife, finding that clue, questioning about the clue, and then speak about this and press him. Right, okay. The defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases have already been proven. You don't say. Hell, out with it, Wright. What's your connection? The connection is at a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had it on him and the case number of the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be many connections for it to be a coincidence. He doesn't look happy. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right there. Chief, I request you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. Hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information? Unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the names of the victim of the department. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try and get what I can out of him. The victim's ID number. I used to walk through the first time I played. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, for the next few, I might have a walkthrough up when I play the next ones. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't be able to tell me their name after all. The number is... I bet it's the Wabba Dabba Doo. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2. I can't do it. This tells me something. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. It's this one. Yabba Dabba Doo. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with it, both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department. Prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murder. 1 at a time. Or 1 time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. I had to play a few games to become a pro, but at this point I really need to solve. Yeah, definitely. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, the ID number we heard from the chief earlier. I started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Objection!
Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective who was killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh. Sharp as a tack, wacko. Sharp as a tack. Wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time.
Objection!
That's impossible. So what you're saying is the same person killed at the same time, in a completely different location. Holy shit. What does this mean?
Objection!
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honour, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh shit, that's what he was taking to him. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, we have heard that name before, right? Wait. Damn, there he was. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? Yeah, it was him. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Just gonna have a drink, boys. You have to read yourself. I've got a dry mouth. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if our officer was capable of making that connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part.
Objection!
I always examine every single evidence, press on everything if something changes, press again on everything if you've lost, even after a single statement changes. Get to the end of the testimony. Yeah. I need to press. That's what I need to start doing. Then this guy's very orange. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say unworthy? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? Oh, the chief police is fucking annoying. Yeah, he's definitely annoying, isn't he? Right, if it cuts now to the end of the day, we'll have to call it there because I'm in the office early tomorrow. You know, you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all those rumours. Moving in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologise for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. You better get a result this time. You have my profound apologies, sir. But Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day of the prosecution as requested. Will that be sufficient? Yes, Your Honour. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. But I need my show for my egg rice. We can go on Red Vince if he's still on. I think he's playing Plague Tale. Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. We will save our progress. I think we made some good progress there. If we can do a stream, that means Wednesday we should beat this one if it's 3 days long. Let me just save again.